Maathrey, namaha. With the divine blessings of our Mother Divine Lalita Mahatripurasundari and Father Divine Lord Mahadeva. Celebrating the Navaratris, we are making an attempt to discuss and understand about the very powerful Sri Chakra. Now, not all of us will be allowed to pray to Sri Chakram directly because Sri Vidya Upasana and able adept Guru's instructions are mandatory for one to progress ahead in doing the Nava Avarna Puja or the 9 enclosures Puja. Essentially, one needs to know the path on how to go inside and become one with that Paramatma and also come out and become one with Jiva in order to perform the worldly orders. Now, if we don't know the path inside, or once we go inside we don't know how to come out, it will be like Abhimanyu who got stuck in the Padma Vyuham. Therefore, without a Guru's guidance, one should not venture into the Nava Varna exploration. But then, in Kali Yugam, given the Kali Prabhavam, there will be very few who will be allowed to progress in a very strict procedural process like Sri Vidya and Puja, doing Puja to Mahameru or Sri Chakram, where the 9 Avaranas are prayed to one after another with the guidance of an adept Guru. So, to solve this problem, the merciful Mother enables all ignorant ones like me to get access to the low-hanging fruit or the easier options that are available to all of us, but in some cryptic form that is not easily understood, as all of us started looking elsewhere than within for our solutions. What do I mean? Rather than focusing on our Sanatana Dharma and the Sanskrit rich culture, majority of us were heavily influenced and are continuing to be influenced by the Western. There's no harm in being influenced by the Western culture as long as we don't forget our roots of Sanatana Dharma, bringing the best of all the worlds, whether it's east, west, south, north, or whatever direction it is. But in the process of focusing on the superficial learnings, majority of us are forgetting the fundamental learnings that Sanatana Dharma continues to offer. Therefore, many of us don't speak and understand our mother tongue, forget about even Sanskrit. Many of us are becoming extremely distant to our own compositions, our own forms of music like Carnatic classical, Hindustani, and the musical instruments like Veena, Mridangam, etc. Now, during these times when India was taken over by the East India Company and heavily East India Company was making investments to destroy the roots of the culture because of the great saints and their offerings of their puja, their punya palam to this Veda Bhumi. In the late 1700s, Mother Divine Lalitamba ensured the Trinity were born in the same place, Shyamasastri, Tyagaraja and Muthu Swamy Dikshitar. Shyamasastri in 1762, Tyagaraja in 1767 and Muthu Swamy Dikshitar in 1775 in the same village Tiruvarur, where Shiva is known as Tyagaraja, and Shiva has two wives there, Nilotpalamba and Kamalambika. These are the two wives of Shiva in Tyagaraja temple. Tyagaraja is a name applicable only to Shiva because one who sacrifices whatever he has, and in spite of sacrificing, he becomes the emperor or the king. Therefore, Shiva is the only god you will see with no ornaments on him. Naga Bharana Bhushita, he is always ornated or decorated with snakes. Garalakanta, poison in his neck as his money. Now, this trinity who are born in Tiruvarur, there's a slokam in Sanskrit that says Padmalaye Padmapura Janma. This Padmapuram is basically Tiruvarur. People who are born in Tiruvarur will get moksha. Now this trinity are born in Tiruvarur. The significance of this trinity, the musical trinity, are all the three of them are raga yogis. They have used a nadopasana in order sa ri ga ma pa da ni. They have used to ascend and become one with that Paramatma Tattvam. All the three of them followed the Advaitic concept, and all the three of them are Sri Vidya Upasakas. Shyama Sastri and Muthu Swamy Dikshitar directly to Mother Goddess Lalitamba, Tyagaraja to Mother Goddess Lalita's male format of Sri Rama. But the beauty of all the three saintly composers is all the three of them continue to respect all other forms of gods and goddesses while they had their own favorites, showing their equilibrium and how they were samadrishti bhavakas, how they would watch all the gods with the same bhavam. Now coming to this Muthu Swamy Dikshitar, Muthu Swamy Dikshitar's father is a great musical composer and Vaggayakara himself, Ramaswamy Dikshitar. He and his wife did not have kids until he turned 40, and in Tiruttani he basically prayed to that great Subramanya, who is prayed to there as Muthu Swamy. And on the 48th day after the Mandala Diksha was completed, both he and his wife have seen a dream where Ramaswamy saw a string of pearls was being gifted to him by none other than that Somaskandamurti, where Subramanya, sitting between Mother Goddess Parvati and Father Divine Lord Shiva, came out and gave a string of pearls to Ramaswamy Dikshitar, and the same Somaskandamurti threw a tambulam into the sari of Muthu Swamy Dikshitar's mother. Mother conceived in no time, and she gave birth to 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 daughter. Now Muthu Swamy Dikshitar became the North Star, but all his brothers and sister are also very famous. His youngest brother introduced violin to Carnatic music. Muthu Swamy Dikshitar and his father is the one who actually introduced Hamsadwani Ragam to Carnatic music. But given the stellar heights that Muthu Swamy Dikshitar reached, in his fame, others basically got eclipsed, therefore not many know about his family. Today, about 500 kritis of Muthu Swamy Dikshitar are available to us because his brother's family protected and preserved those kirtanas for us. Now talking about Sri Chakram and Nava Varnam, not everyone is blessed or not everyone is enabled with a guru, or even their prarabdha does not allow them to do the Sri Chakra Archana. Then what is the solution? And during the Western culture dominating this Veda Bhumi, Mother sent this Kavitrayam in Karnataka music, who actually spread the Bhakti Yogam and the Jnana Yogam mixed amongst all the devotees. Muthu Swamy Dikshitar sang many songs, as we listed 500. Out of those 500, one of the popular set of kritis are called Kamalamba Nava Varna kritis, and this Kamalamba is none other than the wife of Tyagaraja. We said two wives, Nilotpalamba and Kamalamba. Kamalamba is one of the Dasamaha Vidyas, therefore Muthu Swamy Dikshitar picked Mother Kamala name and did Kamalamba Nava Varna kritis, which are 11 in number, with the Dhyana kriti being number 1, then the 9 Avarna kritis, and the last one being Mangalam. Now, all of us can very safely listen to these Nava Varna kritis on a regular basis, and every time you listen to it, it's equivalent to doing the Nava Varna Puja. In fact, I would even suggest that it is much easier to listen to the Nava Varna kritis of Muthu Swamy Dikshitar and get the result in full than trying to attempt to do the Nava Varna Puja ourselves without the guidance of an expert. Now, this is the greatness of Muthu Swamy and how he brought us very close to the Mother Divine or the Paramatma in us, and therefore listening to this Nava Varna kritis helps us in connecting with the Paramatma in each of us. In the next episode, we will make a brief attempt to understand the first Dhyana kriti, and as we are discussing the Sri Chakra, to the extent Mother allows, we will attempt to discuss each of the kritis and their meanings in brief, as Mother enables us as the Vag Devi, the goddess of speech, and the Meda Devi, the goddess of intellect. Stay blessed, spread the bliss around. Sri Maathrey, namaha.